So, what is healing about? In a very simplified way, healing is just about restoring you to your natural state. And that natural state has generally been lost because of things like childhood trauma, indoctrination by a culture, a family, a religion, by conformity to the agendas of others, and by the denial of the emotion that you're feeling in the current moment. So, healing is about getting to that natural state of when you were a little kid, when you could cry one minute and laugh the next and not see a contradiction, where you had emotional fluidity, where you had endless imagination. Healing is about allowing the soul to shine through the vehicle of the body. And that's what little kids do very naturally. And we don't do it fully to the extent we haven't healed, because generally we were little kids, we were babies, we were toddlers, and all the other ages. We were smaller than people around us, and we figured they knew what was going on and that we needed to learn from them. And that was true to a large extent. But we were belittled, and we developed whatever issues we developed, whether it's shame, guilt, feeling not good enough, insecurity, anger, victim mentality, all the things that I work with in my healing practice on a daily basis with my clients. And we also have gotten to a point, most of us, where we are in a permanent state of emotional denial. And we're in a state of emotional denial, emotional suppression, because we don't know, most of us, that these things can be healed, that these things can be transformed. So our emotions, for most people, just feel like a Pandora's box that's better left unopened. The problem with that is that Pandora's box is not hermetically sealed. There is a lot of leakage. And the leakage tends to happen at the worst possible time. It's kind of like the immune system gets you, or let's say the virus gets you, when the immune system is weaker. The virus might always be there, and I'm not talking about the virus, okay, calm down. But any virus, anything that might be lurking there in your system, in the environment, that might not mess with you at all. When the immune system is down, well, now it can establish a foothold. And that's the same thing with emotional suppression. When you suppress your emotions, when you try to control your emotions, what happens is that you're probably successful for a little while. You don't realize, because maybe you're not aware of that these emotions are still impacting you in the background. But in general, you feel like you've done fine. suppressing these emotions. And then what happens? Your system gets weak because, for example, you're going through a breakup, you're going through a divorce, you lost your job, you had whatever setback in your life, you feel rejected, you feel judged, somebody laughed at you, somebody defied you. Whatever it is, that's the thing that brings down that emotional immune system, and then all of a sudden you're wiped out. And so when somebody like me, who's a healer, a therapist, somebody like that comes along and directs you to feel those emotions more, even maybe when they're not even active, it's like, are you crazy? I'm not going to open Pandora's box. I've been doing okay. Don't mess with it. And I understand that. I've been like that. Another thing is, you can't override the emotions with your intellect. Although I've tried, and so have you, it might be able to be done for a little while. So what is healing? Healing is about going and digging out those bullets that are stuck in us that need to be removed, that will cause infection. It's those little darts of negativity that, rather than get them out, we clenched around them. We hold our issues in our muscles, in our organs, and if we don't clear them, they turn to disease. When you don't heal your anger, you might find yourself having liver problems after a time. When you don't heal your grief, you might have throat or lung issues. When you don't heal your insecurity, you might find yourself having stomach issues. If you study the chakra system or the meridian system in the Chinese acupuncture system, you'll see that organs and emotions are correlated. And when you've had thousands of clients, like I have over 23 years, those correlations become really obvious. Somebody says, I have liver issues. I say, well, tell me about your anger. And they might say, what the hell does that have to do with anything? Well, it doesn't always. None of these things are 100%. Just like if you have cirrhosis of the liver, doesn't mean that you're an alcoholic. My mom died of cirrhosis of the liver, barely ever had a drink in her life. But she had other ways to toxify her system, including anger. You might have lung issues and you've never smoked. And you've never lived in a polluted place, and you've never been around asbestos and whatever. But that grief that you've never expressed is stuck in there. And the longer it's in there, the more it turns into disease. The thing is, your body wants you to heal, and it kind of has a language that most people don't speak. If you don't understand the chakra system or the meridian system in Chinese acupuncture, and there are other systems that I don't know, Ayurveda and many others, then you might not decode the message. But healing is about clearing out what doesn't belong there. Emotions from 20 years ago have no business being stored in your body. It's that easy. And the universe will show you things. It will actually magnetize things into your life to spark that issue. And when that happens, normally most people will suppress the feeling again and drive it deeper into their bodies so that later on it'll be a physical issue. It'll be a disease. It might be the thing that kills you. So healing is not just about curing a disease. Most of my clients don't come to me because they want physical healing for diseases, for physical conditions. They come to me for emotional things, but those emotional issues are at the root of what can later become physical illness. A lot of people have a lot of sickness simply because they do not process these old emotions. So to me, healing begins on the emotional level. And it's the juiciest, most vital level. The mental level, yeah, we have to deal with that. The physical level, yeah, that comes afterwards. But it's really the emotional level. It's those feelings that you think you can't handle, that you don't want to feel. Those are the things that are messing with you. If you have a pebble in your shoe, you need to get it out or else it's going to mess your foot up eventually. And you might find yourself walking differently. And that might throw out the alignment of your hips, your pelvis, your back, your shoulders. It could go all the way up until you have neck pains. Okay, these things spread. So healing is about clearing out all of these things that are stuck. Feelings of unworthiness that stem from childhood spelling tests, from being the little one in the family, from not being able to reach something. Little dumb things that even if you remember it mentally, you'll think, well, that's no big deal. But if you could remember the emotion that you felt, and if you can purge that emotion, not by rejecting it, but by incorporating it in a way where you allow the energy to flow through you. Energy is meant to flow through you. You are meant to be more of a screen door than a wall. The breeze, the emotions, the experiences are meant to flow through you. I think I need to do a video on that screen door analogy. That's a good one. Anyway, so that's a little bit of what healing is about and why it's important. And I hope that helps. If you want more information on healing your issues, go to andysway.com. And if you'd like to work with me by phone or in person, you can email me at andysway@yahoo.com. Thanks so much for watching. I'd be really grateful if you would like, subscribe, and comment as well. If this video's helped you in any way, please do so. Thanks for watching.